make a bass, a pad, and a lead, but I didn't know how they were going to come out. I just knew kind of the processes to get around those. So let's just recap quickly. We started off with the pad. Now all the pad is taking an elongated section that we can then stretch out to get a little bit more texture. And normally the artifacts that you think are horrible from time stretching really add to the texture of the pad. Then it was just adding loads of reverbs in with really big shimmers, the black hole with its gravity effects and so on, another plate reverb there just to give it its tail and smoothness. And then we made that into a basic sampler instrument. So that was the pad. Then we moved on to the lead, which is the same kind of idea, just we're looking at percussive sound. So we're looking at a syllable that's very short and sharp, like a B or a D. We ended up on a D here, and then we turned that into something that can be played with a little bit of reverb around it. So let's just go to the lead here. We added in some form of EQ here. We added in some chorusing with a little micro shift, a little bit of distortion, some reverb and delay to give us this. So you've just got a really nice stabby sort of lead sound there, and then save that as a preset. And then lastly, we moved on to the bass, where this bass is taking the same idea as kind of with the pad, where we're looking for an elongated part. However, we wanted those notes to be constant. So we flexed the original vocal, we elongated one of the lines out, we then stretched that even further, turned it into a sampler instrument, and then with that sampler instrument we just ended up giving it a bit more texture by giving it some distortion, giving it some chorusing, adding a mid-side EQ so the chorus didn't make the really low bass very wide. It kept the low bass very central and mono, but then had a lot of texture to the outsides, and then a small reverb just tickling the top end. So let's have a listen to this now. So you can hear that. So you can hear that reverb just tails off at the end of the sound there, which is kind of nice, to be honest. And that's all three. I'm going to save all of these. I'm going to make sure that I put these as downloadable EXS instruments, so you can use these parts. This is completely fine. I don't mind people using these. I'm probably going to end up using these. And this is just a great thing to get into, taking already existing material, whether it is a vocal line, an a cappella, your own voice notes. I've done this loads with voice notes before, but a really nicely recorded vocal from a sample pack that allows you to use it works great. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Hi guys, thanks very much for watching that. I hope that was beneficial to some of you. Use those in all of your productions if you can. Doesn't have to be vocals that you use to do it. It can be any kind of recording, and just getting creative with it really, because you know you're going to end up making sounds that only you have. So yeah, thanks very much. If you're interested about anything to do with ACM, come down to one of the open days. You can sign up at the website, which is www.acm.ac.uk. I'll probably be there so we can have a chat, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.